Okay, so feeling the breath rise and fall beneath your hands. And begin to deepen that breath a little bit. So breathing into your belly, feel the belly rise into your hands. Breathing out, feel the belly sinking down, the lower back resting into the floor. And let's bring the right knee in, holding onto the right leg, stretch the left leg out long. Keep it bent if it's better for you here. Breathe in and let the knee move away, both hands on that right knee. Breathing out, just drawing it in. And let's do one more breath like this with the right leg. Moving away as we breathe in. And then easing back into us as we breathe out. End of the breath, let the left knee come in. Let the right leg reach out long, or you have that option to keep it bent. It's a bit more gentle. Breathing in, let the leg move away, arching the lower back a little bit. And then breathing out, hugging it in. One more breath like that. Long exhale as you draw it in. And let the right knee come in as well. So one hand on each knee. Breathe in, push your knees away, bringing that arch to your lower back, rocking the pelvis forwards. And breathing out, hug the knees in a little deeper, giving the lower back that nice little stretch here. Open the arms out wide on the ground, take a breath in. And then breathing out, drop the legs over to the left, letting the feet just come beneath the knees. So we're moving the feet forwards a bit so we make that right angle at the knees. Let the head roll over to the left and then gently over to the right. And as you settle here, take one more breath. You could put your hand on your top leg there. Breathing out, go a little deeper. Back to the middle as we breathe in. So we're going to do a little bit of twisting this morning. Breathing out, letting the legs come over the other way. So over to the right. And again, just with the head, roll your head first of all over to the right. And then back over to the left and settle into that twist there. You can have the right hand on the top leg here. And let's stay and take one more breath here. As you breathe out, feel yourself just easing down a little deeper into that twist. Back to the middle then as we breathe in and draw your knees into your body. So hands on your knees. Give yourself a little rock here, a little roll. Easing out your back. And then stretch your legs out long, your arms overhead. Nice big inhale as you lengthen to the fingers and toes. And we'll start to roll ourselves up. So hands up, head up, roll it up. So I definitely, for that first one, I always seem to need to pull myself up a little bit. Breathe in here when we're sitting, and then breathing out, ease it over. Into your forward bend, just nice and gently. And then breathing in, sitting up tall. I'll keep it going. So we're rolling it on down. We've got 5 rounds of this, so we'll ease it out. We breathe in here on the floor and breathe out, roll it up. Just waking up the tummy muscles, taking a nice long breath in. As you breathe out, it's going to ease. Every time we come back here, you're going to feel that you can bow a little deeper with no forcing. Breathe it in, we take it up, and breathe it out, roll it down. Keep it going now with your breath. Enjoy that big inhale here. Slowly take yourself up. Exhale. Breathe in that nice tall position. And breathe out to bow it on down. Bending the knees a little bit if you need that here. And then inhale 2 more rounds now with your breath. So we are always moving on the exhale. Pausing with your inhale when you're up and you're sitting tall, that's it. And then a nice long exhale into that forward bend, a little deeper. Last round, so sitting tall for your inhale, slow it right down. Exhale, rolling it out. Arms overhead, big breath. As slow as you can, exhale and come up. All the way up to sitting, big inhale. And then we'll bow forwards and take a little longer here. So staying where you are, breathe in again, lengthening and lifting a little bit. And then breathing out, bowing it on down. So breathing in, come on up to sitting. Sit back a little bit, bend your knees. So as Catherine said, it is quite a cold morning. This is going to be quite nice to warm us up. And hold the back of the knees, so a little bit of core strengthening. Hold the back of the knees, lift your chest, float one or both legs up, one at a time or both together. Now really lift through your spine. Open the chest, let the hands come forwards. Good, now keep that space across your chest, lifting through the chest bone. Let the neck get comfortable. Really good. Give yourself another breath here. Feel this strength right from the core that creates that lovely long straight body. And then breathe out, come down to sitting, cross your legs. I guess when we sit at first, we kind of sit whatever way is natural, to whatever leg naturally comes in front. So just remember that, because we'll cross it over the other way next time. Bow it on forwards if the hips will let you. It is amazing how, how stiff your body is on a Monday morning, on any morning at this hour, I guess. So let's just take another breath, but it does feel so good as you ease it out in this way, you know, rather than just heading into the day with all that stiffness in us. So we're breathing in, we're coming on back up to sitting. It really doesn't take long to ease all that out. We hold the back of the knees, toes on the floor. So if this is all too challenging, you can keep your toes just touching on the floor, hands forwards. You float your feet up as high as feels good. But now the main thing here is that we keep that lift through the body, rather than, you know, having the ambition to bring your feet as high as possible and rounding the back or taking it into the muscles in your thighs. Lift through your chest bone and you'll feel your tummy muscles really turning on with that. Now let's take another breath here and feel. You breathe in and you draw up into the chest. Maybe the feet a little higher, maybe, yeah, very good. And then breathe out, come on down, other leg in front now. And bow forwards. Really good. And then here, let's take it over to one side for a moment. So maybe you're sitting kind of tall and this is just like a little twist to the side, or maybe it's more like a forward bend. Breathe into wherever this is happening for you. Somewhere where you're really going to feel this easing out any tension. Bring it back across the middle and over to the other side. Again, just listening in. So you're trying to root down through your sit bones. Knees around to one side, lengthening through the side of your back into your hip. Feels amazing. Back to the middle and bow it down one more time. Curl your toes back towards each other. Stretch the heels away if you can. And then let's bring ourselves on up. All the way up to sitting. I'm going to take off my socks and we'll come over onto all fours. Okay, so once you're ready, come into that table position, hands on the floor, knees and feet hip width apart. We'll just do a little bit of cat and cow here for the back. So as you breathe in, lift your head, lift your tailbone. Yeah, and as you breathe out, round your back, drop the head. Good, tuck the tailbone under, really nice. Do it 2 more times now. Perfect. Lengthening open. Nice. And then rounding in. Last time now with your breath. So take one more inhale into that cow position, that back bend here. And then draw your hips back as you curl your toes under and lift your knees. Lifting up through your hips, keeping your knees nice and bent. Get that height through the hips and that lovely long spine again. Now stretch one leg back and down, keeping the other knee nice and bent. Then switching, so one knee really bending in underneath you as the other leg has its little stretch. One more time in each leg. Really good. Both hips up and back now. I'm keeping the knees bent for a sec, and then just stretch down through the heels. Maybe the legs are straight, maybe not. Walk your feet forwards a little bit, walk your hands back a bit. Hands against your shins, nice big breath in as you lengthen open. Breathe out, bow it on down. Uttanasana. Inhale, rising up, just keeping your knees bent as you roll your spine up. And then open, up to the sky. Exhale, and let the hands come on down and down by your sides. So we're going to take a big breath in here and open the arms up to the sky. Catch hold of your right wrist, feet apart, rooting down. Breathe in, lift it up and over to the left. Now lengthen down through the tailbone, root through both feet. Breathe in, come back to the center, switch hands. And as we breathe out, we're going over to the right. Let's stay here and take another breath in, reaching into that hand. Bring it on back to the middle, lovely. Bring your hands down and around behind you. Interlace your fingers, big breath in, open your chest. Breathe out and bow it down. So the hands coming up off your back. Yeah, knees nice and bent here, no strain in the hamstrings at all. Let go with your neck, your head. And then let your hands go. Walk it out along your mat and into downward dog. Bring your feet together and free your right leg up. So just bending your knee, open up your hip here a little bit. Step your foot up between your hands. Keeping the back knee off the floor here if you can. You can always put it on the ground if you prefer. Breathe in, draw in, bow the head, round the spine, and then breathe out, lengthen. Forwards and back, down and up. So one more time, do that, rounding in. Good, and as you breathe out, push through the back heel and send the chest and the head forwards and out ahead. Good, now take the weight into the back foot. Come up to standing, straightening that front leg. And then breathe out and bend the knee. So we're moving into that lunge just here on the feet. Great, let the arms come up as you straighten your leg, inhale, and then bend the arms, bend the knee, moving into that lunge as you exhale. Lovely. Once again, just like that, inhale, exhale, dropping into it, elbows back, chest open. We'll add in a twist, we breathe in, lift up, and as we breathe out, right arm back, left arm forwards, twist the spine towards the right. Stay with this. Take a breath in. Breathe out, go a little deeper. Now let the backhand come down to the leg or hip. Inhale the left arm, up and back. Bend that arm. And as you breathe out, bring your elbow over your right leg. Hands together, press down to lift and turn the chest. If this feels like too much, put the left hand on the floor instead and the right hand to the sky. Okay, let's stay where we are and find a little bit of ease as you move a little deeper. Feel your breath. Now get ready and release it around to the front. Drop the back knee down. Breathe in, pointing the toes back, just lengthen and look out. Breathe out, pull your hips back, walk your hands with you as you straighten your leg and flex the toes back. Let's do it again. We bring it forwards, we breathe in. Breathe out, walk it back, bowing it down a little bit. And one last time, so we'll go a little bit deeper as we exhale. This time we bring it forwards and a longer exhale, bowing over your leg, no strain, easing a little deeper. Inhale, come on forwards. So back into that low lunge, and as we exhale, let's take the knee back. So we're going to set ourselves up on our hands and knees, but the hands a little bit further ahead of us. Breathe in, coil in, rounding your back. And as you breathe out, pull the hips back, send the hands a little further forwards. Lengthen the spine. You feel your shoulders open. Be careful not to force that. And then elbows on the floor. Breathe in, pushing off your toes. Come forwards into plank on your forearms. Breathe out and let the legs come down, pointing the toes back. Breathe in, lengthen here in upward puppy. Stay with it as you breathe out. Just relax your neck, relax your head. And then again, in this upward puppy position, breathe in, lift to the crown of the head. Breathe out, bring it on down, fingertips under your shoulders. If you're really enjoying upward puppy, you could stay with it. Or as we breathe in, come up a little higher in cobra. Give your hips a little rock. Yeah, from one side to the other. Very nice. Now bring it on down. Hands back by your ribs. You want to go a little bit higher. Breathe in, press down, rise up. And again, just bring that little bit of movement through the hips. And then back on your knees. Back we go. Downward dog. So we're lifting up into the hips, really high up on your toes. And then down through the heels. Stay and take another breath here. Now let the weight come into the right foot. You can step that towards the center line of the mat. And let the left leg lift up. Open your hip. Very nice. Bring it on up between your hands as you breathe out. Get settled here. Make sure your foot is all the way forwards. Breathe in, coil in, bow your head. And then breathing out, lengthen. Back heel reaching back, lengthen. Chest and head forwards. Let's go again one more time with this. Inhale, so there's this drawing in, back heel coming in. And as we breathe out, we send that heel back as we open and look forwards. Now take the weight into the feet. Inhale and come up, straight leg. And then gently, eyes on one spot, ease down deeper. Exhale. Good. Arms up, inhale. Straightening your leg. And bending your arms as you exhale. Open your chest. Lovely. So good for your hip flexor. Bring it on back up again as you breathe in. Breathe out into that lunge. Really nice. Adding a twist. Breathe in. We rise up. You drop the left arm back, the right arm forwards. Twisting as you exhale. Good. Hold it. So breathe in. There's a little feeling of lifting, of rising, and then we go a little deeper. Exhale. Good. Back hand down to the back leg now, or your hip. And then you reach that right arm back behind you. You feel that in the front of the right hip there. Bend your elbow. Breathing out. Bring it across your leg. So it's across that left leg. And then you join the palms. So you've got this really nice sense of levering around into that twist. Breathe. So find a little bit of ease, even as we move a little deeper. One more breath. As you breathe out, really power up the back legs and the heel back. That's fine, perfect. Bring it back around to the front, really nice. Drop the back knee down. Breathe in. Breathe out, pull the hips back, walking your hands back with you as you straighten your leg a little bit. Inhale, shifting forwards. Exhale, drawing it back. A little bit deeper with your exhale. One more time. Take your time, this one, as we exhale and pull back. We spend a little bit longer with that out breath. So you can bow a little deeper. Come forwards again as you breathe in. We keep the knee on the floor actually, and then we breathe out and we let the other knee come back. So this is called Anahatasana. You're on your knees, hands out ahead of you. Watch your shoulders in it though. So we breathe in. As we breathe out, the hips come back over the knees. Think about lengthening through the ribs, through the shoulders. Not exactly hanging out of them, you know, just lengthening forwards. Now, forearms on the floor. Breathe in, push forwards into plank there. Really good. Now legs down, breathing out. Point your toes back. Breathe in, lifting, upward puppy. So good for your lower back. Stay with that if you like, or come down. Fingertips under your shoulders. Now you choose. You're going to stick with that upward puppy. You're going to rise into cobra. Your decision there. Just what feels good for your back this morning. Bring it down. Upward puppy still there as an option, or you're taking it on up and towards upward dog. Now everybody back on the knees and downward dog. Really good. So settle in here. Breathe. Hips high, the heels reaching down, the legs really active now. One more breath here. Then walk your feet forwards a little bit up your mat. Your hands back towards your shins. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, bow it down, letting the neck and the head hang here. Roll it up to standing, bending your knees as you stack your spine. Rise up, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bring your feet together. You can let your arms come by your sides. We're going to bend the knees as we exhale. And on our inhale, lift the arms, chair pose. Breathing out, now we twist. So bring the left arm over the right leg, like we did there in that lunge. Bring your palms together. Breathe in and twist a little deeper. As you breathe out, sit down into that chair position. So just like we did in that revolved lunge, it's deep, it's lovely. You're like really levering yourself around into it. Let go of the strain. So could you soften your shoulders? Can you find your breath? Breathe a little deeper. And then release it around and bow it on down into your forward bend. Relax and breathe here. And then bend the knees again. Inhale, lift the arms, Utkatasana again. And then we twist it the other way. So we have the right elbow coming over the left leg, that's it. Palms together. Good. Draw that right knee back a little bit in line with your left. So you've got this nice stable base. Easy breath. Relax your shoulders. Twist a little deeper. As we stay for one more breath, see if you could really send that breath down into the body. Release it around and into your forward bend, bowing it down. Inhale, fingertips on the floor if you can, and just look up. Wiggle the feet a little wider, turn the toes out, come down towards a squat. Taking the weight into the legs, elbows against the knees, kind of halfway. It's a nice strong position here. Breathe in, rounding in through your spine, bow your head, and then go down a little deeper. Just easing the hips down. And one more time, coiling in and easing down. Now for this last breath, just stay where you are. Send the breath down there into the lower belly, into the hips. Sitting deep. And then let's come and sit down. Great. Bring your legs out in front of you, sitting forwards on your mat. Arms out ahead. Nice big breath in. Breathe out, bow it forwards into that little forward bend we did towards the beginning. And then breathe in, sitting up tall. Roll it down just this one time. We're not coming back up. Just roll it down slowly. All the way to the ground. Bring your right knee into your body. Hugging it in here. Draw that leg over to the left. So your hand on the outside of your knee, your right arm reaching back behind you. Twisting here. Now, if you like, you can settle right like this, or you can bring a bit of movement to the right arm. You know, the way sometimes we arc it over the head, circling the shoulder. So why not do what feels good for you this morning? Moving that arm to find a little bit of ease through your shoulder, or just settling right where you are. When you're ready, bring yourself back to the middle, draw the knee in, and then we'll take the other leg in, holding the left leg, right leg out long. Draw it across into your twist here. So over to the right, hand on the leg, left arm reaching out long. And again, you could just settle, you could let the head roll, or you could bring that bit of movement through the shoulder. Letting the arm, the hand arc above you, just move around here. So whatever you choose, we'll do this for one more breath. And then back we come to the middle, hug the knee in. Let's do one little release for the hips before we rest down. So keep your left foot on the floor, cross your right leg over it. So like pigeon here on the back, and then lift the left leg up, taking the hands around the back of the left thigh. So your right hand, your arm here just slips between the two legs to hold the back of the left thigh. If that's too much for your hip, you keep the left foot on the floor or a block, or even just pop the foot against a wall, and your right hand then rests against your knee, against your right knee, to kind of open up that right hip. If you are feeling that this is fine and you could go a bit deeper, slip the hands over your shin. So just going that bit further around the left leg, hugging right in. Now, maybe this is an option for a lot of people, it's too much, but if it's there for you and it feels good, if you're looking at that right foot right there now, that's really close to your chest, you could slip the left arm around it so the foot comes into the elbow. And then you wrap your right arm around. It's only if that feels like your hip would really love that. Okay, and then the left leg can release down. Let's stay where we are and take one more breath. And then relax that out. Let the right foot come to the floor. The left leg crosses over. And we pick the right leg up off the floor, hold the back of your thigh. So you have all kinds of options, from the foot staying on the floor to maybe the foot against the wall, or holding the back of your thigh, or after a couple of breaths, maybe as you're drawing your right leg in deeper, you might slip your fingers over your shin instead. So you just kind of get this deeper opening into the left hip. And then if the hip is pretty open, as the right leg comes in more, your left foot comes closer to your chest, and it's at that point that you might slip the right arm around the left foot, and then the left arm can come around the outside, and then from there you kind of let the right leg just make its way to the floor. For very flexible hips, that leg will straighten, but probably not this morning. So take one more breath and just be where this is working for your left hip. You want to feel that lovely release right into the glutes. Good. And then let it relax. Let go. Bring the feet straight up to the sky. Give the feet a little twirl. And then bend your knees. Feet together. Hold your feet. Hold your toes. Hold your ankles. And you can either keep it like that, just like that, having a rock, or play with versions of Happy Baby. So the legs up, the legs down, play around. And eventually you're going to just drop it on down, feet together, knees apart, arms overhead, Anahatasana. Relaxing the hips here. Give yourself a nice big long breath in, belly, rib cage, chest expanding. And as you breathe out, drop arms, shoulders, legs, hips. Then lift the knees up, feet hip width apart, drop the knees in against each other, rest the hands on your body, the belly, the ribs, or the heart center. One breath here. And then either just extending out from there on the ground in Shavasana, or if we need to gather our bits and pieces, just roll over. Now, when you're coming up to get your stuff, stay with that mindfulness of how you're moving. Mind your body. Roll to your side, come up kind of head last, get your bits and pieces, set yourself up, and then come down again in the same way, nice and gently. Because I really can't emphasize enough that I think where we do a lot of the harm is in our little movements, like just how we get up from standing or lying, how we get down on the ground to pick something up. And then we do this stuff on our mat to kind of ease ourselves back out again. But we're doing all this damage to our back in just not thinking about how we're moving when it's not officially exercise. Okay. And then I think the other reason that so many of us are feeling back pain and stuff at the moment is we're not moving enough. It's really hard, if you're at home and you're sitting at the computer and it's not exactly your normal desk, you don't move as much as you might in an office where you're getting up and down to talk to people. So I think it's really important just to give yourself the break every half hour, just to get up and do one of those moves from this morning, one of those twists or something, standing forward bend with the hands on the desk, really nice. Things like that. Okay, so settling down here, let the breath come back to its own rhythm. Let the arms move a little away from your sides, turn your palms to face up. Feel the breath rise and fall in your belly, but this is just our own natural rhythm now. As you let go of any control of the breath and feel yourself relax down. So there is the support beneath your body. As you feel your breath rise and fall on its own, just feel what that support is beneath you. Feel the texture of it, the temperature of it. Feel the places where your body meets the ground. Let the breath flow its own rhythm. And let each gentle exhalation bring you deeper into that support, this feeling of letting go, softening into the ground. Notice any facial expression you might be holding here. And as you feel your breath flow in and out of your nose, feel a softening of the muscles in the face. Relax your jaw, relaxing the muscles all around the mouth. Feel the breath flowing in and out of the nose, vibrating in the cheeks. Feel the softening around your eyes. Your eyelids relax. Feel the space between the eyebrows relax and open. Softening the skin across the forehead. Feel the whole face relax and vibrate with the movement of your breath. Feel your head relax deeper. Notice the softening through the neck and shoulders. Let the shoulders sink back and down. And feel down through your arms, a sense of letting go. Your arms are supported and you can let go into that support. Feel the hands and fingers soften. Feel your back. Every breath easing the back deeper as the muscles begin to relax and let go. See if you could feel the flow of the breath in the back. And every exhalation, softening the muscles of your back. And easing the bones deeper into the support beneath them. Relax the weight of the hips and pelvis. And feel into the hip sockets, the release of the legs from deep in the hips. Feel where your legs are supported. Let the legs get heavy. The muscles releasing their grip on the bones. The bones sinking towards the earth. Feel your feet and toes. Relax the feet and toes. Whole body letting go into that feeling of support. Feel the breath now in the front of your body. Feel the lightness of the front of the body as it floats on that breath. And then go deeper inside. Feel the breath inside. Notice how subtle, how gentle that breath is. And see, can you just be with it without changing it in any way? Now begin to notice the sounds around you, any movement. As you become aware of where you are, notice how you feel. Feel your body and how it is here now. Feel your fingers and toes. Give your fingers and toes that little stretch. Your arms and legs begin to move and stretch a little bit. Bend the knees and draw them into your body, hugging in here. Lovely. Roll over to your side as you're ready. You can bring yourself on up to sitting. And let your hands come together at your heart center. So when you're ready, you sit whatever way is comfortable. You close your eyes and listen in. Notice how you are this morning. Let something come to mind that you feel grateful for. Namaste.